After 10 long months of waiting, it's finally here, my own fragrance in collaboration with Soma Parfums. It's called Oblivion, and I will tell you more about it in this video. So make sure to watch till the end. To be honest, for me, this is still very unbelievable because I started my Instagram account 18 months ago with 0 followers, a brand new account, and now I almost have 100k followers on Instagram. I started YouTube 3.5 months ago and I surpassed 2600 subscribers right now at this moment while filming, and I couldn't have done this without all of you guys, all the support. I really appreciate everybody who supported me, and especially Curly Fragrance, Michela, because she and Serdar, my old classmates from high school, and Karim, better known as Smell of Truth, they pushed me to start my Instagram account because they already knew that I had a big collection. I already had like 100 fragrances, and they told me, you can do this, start your Instagram account, push content. So I did. On Instagram, I almost have 1150 posts right now. I post every day, super consistent at the same times, stories at the same times. And it worked. It blew up. I had viral reels and I gained a lot of followers. And 10 months ago, this happened. They reached out to me from Soma Parfums because Dan, the owner of Soma Parfums, and his business partner Dave, we already had like good contact. We talked to each other from time to time. Me and my friend, when I had like, I don't know, 2 or 3k followers on Instagram, me and my friend blind bought 20 bottles of Halcyon because Michela told me it's a masterpiece, and she was right, it is. I still have a backup upstairs, and my friend, he also has a bottle for decanting and his own bottle for, yeah, to use it. And we sold the other 16 bottles to Dutch people. And that's how it all started, actually. So I started to have contact with Dan. I will put his Instagram account here. It's at Fragrance Weirdo. Um, I started like having contact with him first about Clive Christian Blonde Amber, and then we started talking about Halcyon and his own brand Soma Parfums, and then we blind bought the 20 Halcyons. And I also did business with Dave, with his business partner, and we had good contact. Those guys are from the UK, I'm from the Netherlands, and we just have the same kind of humor. And last year, like 10 months ago, they reached out to me like, hey, we really want to work with you. Do you want to have your own fragrance? So again, I'm really proud. Here it is, Oblivion. Um, yeah, they told me, do whatever you want with it. You can also start your own brand or just collaborating with Soma, whatever you want. So they gave me complete freedom, and they told me, give us notes. We'll give it to the perfumers. The perfumers will send you samples and different edits. So after like 6 months of testing different note combinations, different edits, this wasn't the only note combination I had. I had several note combinations, and from 6 different types of fragrances they made, they also made fragrances on their own, like their own creations, so that maybe I like that more and I could work with that. And then this was just the best. I also have a second one. Maybe I'll talk about that later. That's also very good. Not sure if we are still going to edit that and put it on the market later. But for now, this is perfection for me. After 6 months of editing, like, yeah, for the perfumers, like full credit to the perfumers because they did the best job. I'm only like, say like do more vanilla, more rum, add Ambroxan, and they just made the blends and the formulas. So when this came in, I said, this is it. We added the ginger also and the rum and the Ambroxan, and I said, this is just it. This is how I want it to be. And that day, my girlfriend said it as well, like, yeah, this is it. So I'm also had the support from her. We tested it both a lot, and she worn it, I've worn it. It's super unisex. It's maybe like slightly more masculine, but it's very unisex because it has the vanilla Ambroxan base. So yeah, it's very strong. My oldest batch, I have a batch upstairs that's like 5 or 6 months old right now. That's even a lot stronger than this. But this is already macerated for 3 months right now, or 3.5 months. So it's already strong. It's an extrait, an extrait de parfum. So above 20% oil. And the performance is amazing. It projects, it has a nice silage, a nice scent bubble. On my skin, it will last for 12 plus hours. It depends on everybody's skin. Everybody's skin is like different. Not everybody has the same skin type. I drink a lot of water. I also go to the gym and stuff, so I drink about 3 or 4 liters water every day. So my skin is very hydrated. So that also helps. So we wanted to make something unique, which is very hard because if you check Fragrantica, there are already 88,000 fragrances listed, but there is no fragrance listed with the name Oblivion. And I came up with that name because they told me, you do whatever you want, give us the notes and stuff, and if you feel like this is it, we'll do it. And of course, they also wanted to have their opinion, and they liked it very much. And yeah, it's a brand from the UK, and they have fragrances like Halcyon, they have Axiom, Theorem, Oud Fortius, Serene. So I was like, Oblivion. It sounds very English, and it's unique because out of the 88,000 fragrances listed on Fragrantica, no fragrance is listed with the name Oblivion. So that's also unique. And I love these gold labels with the gold caps. Looks amazing. Looks great. Very, very chic. But I wanted something more dark. I love black. Black is my happy color. So I said, let's do this. We actually wanted to do smoked glass bottles, but there was something wrong with the coating. And we couldn't do it, or else we have to wait longer, and they had to order new clear or smoked bottles. So we were like, all right, the clear bottles look amazing. I could also do like Halcyon Oud. I could also do the matte black bottle, which I think is very slick and very nice. But that just was like, it's not a dark fragrance. It's not like a heavy oud fragrance. It's more like a fresh and sweet fragrance. So I wanted it to be clear. And I also wanted it to be unique but mass appealing at the same time. So like an easy level entry niche, like fragrances like Sospiro Vibrato, Parfums de Marley Layton, Triumph of Bacchus, Nishani, Ani, X, that are all like very mass appealing but still unique smelling fragrances. So easy to the nose for people who are into designer fragrances like Spice Bomb Extreme and stuff, and also already most wanted Parfum, like for example. So it's very mass appealing but still very unique at the same time. And that's what I wanted, and for me it's perfection in a bottle. It's not my best fragrance in my whole collection or the very best or a top 5, but it's just superb, and it works in any situation. Actually, it's pretty versatile. It's best suited for fall, winter, and spring. I wouldn't wear this in the high heat maybe, but the top notes are like bergamot and lemon and ginger and rum and lavender. So it opens up very fresh actually, but it's also like sweet at the same time and aromatic, a bit of zestiness to it, and a slight hint of booziness. So I wouldn't wear this in the high heat. Let's say this is perfect up till 20 degrees Celsius. But it's also perfect for layering. I've tested it a lot the last, I don't know, 6 months. And I tested it with a lot of different fragrances, with Nishani Ani, with Parfums de Marly Layton, with Surge of Naxos, with The Most Wanted Parfum. I've tested it with Triumph of Bacchus. I've tested it with Ocean, Parfums de Marly Ocean, with Halcyon. I tested it a few days ago with Halcyon Oud. It's perfect for layering, but it's also perfect on its own. The vanilla Ambroxan with tobacco base, it's it just works. It's very, very sexy. It has that nice sweetness to it. Because of the Ambroxan, it's very long lasting. It projects. It has a scent bubble. It has the slightly ambery, musky tones in the background because of the Ambroxan. And the Ambroxan also enhances the vanilla and the sweetness and also the freshness. But the freshness fades away. It's in the top notes. In the middle notes, we have jasmine and honey and cinnamon. The honey isn't too prominent and the jasmine isn't too prominent at all, but it's very well blended. And the cinnamon as well. The cinnamon, those base notes, the middle notes, I mean, the hard notes, as they call them, they just blend the other notes together. So there's no too much jasmine, there's not too much cinnamon, there's not too much honey. It's very smoothly blended into it, and it goes from the top to the mid very softly to the base, and it evolves. It evolves on skin. And sometimes I wear it in different occasions, in different types of weather, and that's also different. When it's very cold and dry outside, or it's like windy and raining and a lot of humidity, so that also affects the fragrance. But I wanted to tell you more about Soma Parfums as well. Soma Parfums was started in 2021. It's a pretty new brand. It's an indie niche brand. And the owner of Soma Parfums, Dan Rothschild, better known as at Fragrance Weirdo, I'll put his profile here in screen. Check him out on Instagram. He's an amazing photographer. He has a lot of experience. One of the most experienced people in the fragrance community. He has been collecting for over 20 plus 5 years. He smelled thousands and thousands of fragrances. He has a big collection, vintage fragrances as well. And he started Soma Parfums in 2021. Soma Parfums is very underrated in my opinion. They have high quality fragrances with high quality ingredients. They work with amazing perfumers, and everything is eau de parfum, extrait, amazing performance. Everything is very strong. And just look at the bottle design. Yeah, I've already showed you a few times. It looks very slick. The bottles are 75 ml, but they also have the newer bottles, like some of the fragrances, in 30 mls. So check out the link in my description if you want to read more about Dan. There's an interview on the website. And of course, if you want to order my fragrance, we didn't do samples, to be honest, because it's a limited edition, 300 bottles. Cost-wise, if we had to produce samples, it would have been too expensive, to be honest. It's not a money grab. We just do it because we are really enjoying fragrances, and we put it on the list. Retail price £135. That's nothing for a niche fragrance. It's a really fair price, and we give you a 10% discount code with Jarino 10. So then it will be £121. Very fair price. We also managed to get 6 bottles to scent split. That's already been done. So soon it will be available in the United States as well. But Soma Parfums, they ship worldwide. So you can order from the website. And like in the meantime, I'm having some good connections with other fragrance brands, houses, and websites from the United States. So I'll try to do my best to get more bottles to the States, because that will be more convenient, because also most of my followers on Instagram and also most of my subscribers on YouTube are from the United States. So next month we will be in Milan. Not only me, but also Soma Parfums. They will have a stand there. Exans is the biggest fragrance convention in the world. It's 4 days in a row. The first 2 days are for brand and content creators, and the Friday and the Saturday is open to public. I think it's free entrance, so make sure to drop by the Soma Parfums stand. Check out all the fragrances. Halcyon is a banger. The new Halcyon Oud is a limited edition, only 100 bottles made, but superb fragrance. Oblivion, of course, but check out the whole brand, not only Oblivion, check everything out. Halcyon is also one of my favorites. It's a superb fragrance, perfect for fall and winter. Very sexy, sweet, gourmandish, and you just have to check out everything. Give me feedback. If you bought Oblivion, let me know what you think of it. I want honest opinions only. If you don't like it, say it. If you like it, love it, say it as well. Fragrances are subjective. I don't like Baccarat Rouge, for example, one of the most hyped fragrances ever. So fragrances are not for everybody. I had a lot of positive feedback. I went to Scent Explore in New York and all the big names and a lot of people from brands, and a lot of people sniffed it on my skin, sprayed it on skin, sprayed it on tester strips. I had like 10 ml with me and the 10 ml was gone in 2 days. So a lot of positive feedback, and also a few of my friends who aren't that into fragrances, but some of them didn't like it. They said like, oh, it's too sweet for me, or I like more fresher fragrances like Armani Code, like the original Loaded Sweat, stuff like that. You know, fragrances are subjective, so a fragrance cannot be for everybody, but we make sure that it's unique smelling and mass appealing at the same time. So give me honest feedback, and I really appreciate you guys. Thanks again. I couldn't have done this without you. Next week I will be back with another full video. Make sure to check out my links and my description. I have discount codes for you from all different websites. You can buy a lot of different brands with amazing prices. Subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment. I will reply on every comment. I also post my scent of the day every day in the community section on YouTube. So tell me your scent of the day as well, and give me feedback. Do you want to see stuff like spring fragrances? Spring is coming up. Do you want versatile fragrances? Do you want cheap fragrances? Do you want me to do clone fragrances? Give me feedback. And thanks again. I wouldn't have been here without you guys. And I'll see you next week. You may overspray. Namaste. Thanks for watching.